Alright, you guys, today we're going to be factoring polynomials with both a higher degree and also another one with individual expressions. Let's go. Alright guys, let's go ahead and start with this expression right here. First step to do is to go ahead and substitute this expression right here with the letter U. So yeah, I know, more variables. Basically, so now we're going to go ahead and substitute this with U. So always remember, U is going to be equal to our expression x squared minus 3. So take a minute to write that down for a quick second and move on. So U is going to be equal to x squared minus 3. So now we're going to move everything down. So this is going to be U squared plus 7U minus 18. Now you look at it like this is, something I could work with. It's something I'm used to. So now let's go ahead and solve this or simplify this. So we're going to end up with U. Now what two numbers multiply to give us negative 18 but add to give us 7? That is going to be a positive 9 and a negative 2. So U plus 9 and U minus 2. Now place U back with our original expression, which is x squared minus 3. So you'd end up with x squared minus 3 plus 9 times x squared minus 3 minus 2. Now what do you do after that? Now you're going to go ahead and simplify this even more. So you'd end up with x squared minus 3 plus 9. That's going to give you a positive 6. So you'd end up with x squared plus 6 times x squared, and here we have a negative 3 minus 2, so that's going to give us a negative 5, x squared minus 5. Now this would be your simplified version of this expression up top here. Now if they did not ask you to simplify it, if they asked you to solve it, now we're going to go even deeper. So if they asked you to solve it, now the next steps, please follow carefully, are going to be as follows. So here you're going to set everything equal to 0. So you're going to have U plus 9 and U minus 2 set equal to 0. Both equal to 0. So you'd end up with U is equal to a negative 9 and U on this side is equal to a positive 2. What do we do after that? After that, we're going to go ahead and substitute our U with our original expression. So let me go ahead and erase all this so we have a clear workspace. So now we're going to substitute everything. So we have x squared minus 3 is equal to negative 9. And x squared again minus 3 is equal to a positive 2. So now I can erase this. Now we just solve this like it's a normal equation. So now x squared minus 3 is equal to a negative 9. Plus 3 on both sides, we're going to end up with x squared is equal to a negative 6. Now we square root both sides to cancel out this squared right here, just to get our x by itself. And then we have x, and then the square root of this right here. But note, you can never square root a negative number. Two numbers multiplied by each other will never give you a negative. Therefore, this right here has no answer. So some places would say none, or some places would even let you leave it blank. Make sure you just follow the test instructions. So now here we have x squared minus 3 is equal to a 2. We're going to add 3 to both sides. That's going to give us x squared is equal to positive 5. Now square root this on both sides. Root on both sides. Square root it. Now you're going to end up with x is equal to both a positive square root of 5 and a negative square root of 5. Note, this is not the same as this. These are two different things, but we'll get into that in another video. So this is what you would do if you were asked to solve this expression or equation right here. So here we have y to the 4th minus 36y to the 2nd is equal to a negative 35. What do we do in this case? The first thing to do is to get this whole equation equal to 0. How do we do that? We add 35 to both sides. So now we're going to end up with, so basically, let me just erase this right here. So add 35 to both sides. We're going to end up with a plus 35 is equal to 0. Basically, we just brought 35 from the other side to this side. So when you're working with degrees such as y to the 4th, right? So you have something like y to the 4th. We're trying to get it to equal y squared. So we're going to end up substituting y squared out of this whole equation with u. So u is going to end up being equal to y squared. Let me put that right here. U is going to be equal to y squared. So now we're going to substitute y squared with u. So now you're going to end up with u squared on this side minus 36u plus 35. So what two numbers can multiply to give us 35 but add to give us negative 36? So we have negative 35, right? U minus 35 times u minus 1. How did I get that? Negative 35 times a negative 1 will give us 35. And negative 35 plus a negative 1 will give us a negative 36. So now we can go ahead and simplify. So if they ask you to simplify, remember, all we will do is replace this u with our y squared, and that would be it. But since we're being asked to solve because everything is set equal to 0, we're looking for zeros, so we're going to go ahead and give that to them. So we're going to end up having u is equal to 35, and here u is equal to 1. Now let me erase this to give us some more space. So now that u is equal to 35 and u is equal to 1, what is u? Y squared. Let me go ahead and have y squared here. It's equal to 35. And y squared here is equal to 1. So now that we have that we have that set up, now we're going to go ahead and basically simplify. How do we do that? We get y by itself on both of these by squaring it. So we end up with y is equal to the square root of 35 and also the negative square root of 35. So those would be our two answers as well. Let me move this over a little bit to give us some more room. So we have y squared is equal to 1. We square root both sides, square root this side as well. So we end up with y is equal to the square root of 1 and the negative square root of 1.